Good morning, students. We have started our forest, our lifeline chapter, and we have just learnt up to canopy. What is canopy? Canopy. What is canopy? It is the roof cover of the forests that is formed by the branches of the tall trees. Roof cover of the forests formed by the branches of tall trees. Branches of tall trees. If you take different trees are there in the forest. These different trees will have different heights. So these different trees had crowns of different sizes and types. Different trees are there in the forest. And these different trees will have different crowns with various sizes and types. These different types of crowns create different horizontal layers in the forests under the canopy. These different crowns create different horizontal layers in the forest, right, under the canopy. What is canopy? Roof cover, natural roof cover made by the branches of the tall trees is the canopy. So under this canopy, different layers are formed by the different sized crowns of different trees. These different horizontal layers formed by different sized crowns are known as understories. These different horizontal layers formed by different sized crowns. The different horizontal layers formed by different sized crowns are known as understories. They are known as understories. We know how many types of plants are there in the forest or in the nature. Tall trees, tall grasses and shrubs, and herbs. These are the different sized trees. These different sized trees, they form three different types of understories. What are they? Tall trees form the top layers, and tall grasses and shrubs form the next layer or middle layer, and the herbs do form lowest layer. Herbs form the lowest layer. So these three are the understories. So there are different types of forests in the nature. How different forests are there? In what way that they are different? Due to different climatic conditions, there are changes in the types of trees and other plants in different forests. Every forest is not same. Every forest is not same like other forests. Due to different climatic conditions, due to different climatic conditions, due to different climatic conditions, there are changes in the types, there are differences in the types of trees and other plants. There are differences are also called variations. There are differences in the types of trees and other plants. In the types of trees and other plants. Right? The types of animals and the types of animals also, they differ from one forest to other forest. Even from one forest to other forest, there are different animals. From one forest to other forest, right? The floor of the forest appear dark colored and covered with dead and decaying leaves. Floor of forest. How the floor of forest appear? It appears dark colored. It appears dark colored and it is covered with a layer of dead and decaying leaves, fruits, seeds, twigs and small herbs. Floor of forest is covered with a layer of dead and decaying means getting decomposed, decaying leaves. It appears dark colored and it is covered with a layer of dead and decaying leaves, fruits, seeds, twigs. What is twig? Small branch. And small herbs. So this is about the floor of forest. Floor of forest appears dark colored and it is covered with a layer of dead and decaying leaves, fruits, seeds, twigs and small herbs. And this decaying matter, the decaying matter is generally moist and warm. The decaying matter is generally moist and warm. Is the decaying matter always warm? Right? Will it be always warm? As long as the matter is decaying, means in the process of decaying, it will be warm. Once complete decomposition is over, the matter will no longer be warm because this warmness comes from various microorganisms by their biochemical activities. Warmness comes from various microorganisms by their biochemical activities. In forests, we can see food chains. Food chain. What is a food chain? It is a food chain. A food chain is a series of living organisms that are formed and organized, that are formed at different organized levels, and each one is depending on its previous level. That is what called food chain. So we all have learnt about autotrophs, heterotrophs. Autotrophs, they produce the food on their own, like plants. Heterotrophs, they depend on autotrophs for their food either directly or indirectly. So in forests, the autotrophs, the green plants, they form the producer level. Next, on which the herbivores, they form the first layer, and on the herbivores, the smaller carnivores, they form the third level, and above the smaller carnivores, larger carnivores form the fourth level. So each level is known as trophic level. So a series of different trophic levels form the food chain in the forests. Like grass is being eaten by insects, and insects are being eaten by frog, and frog are being eaten by snake. Snake is being eaten by eagle. Likewise, different food chains are there in the forests. Another one, let us take, grass is being eaten by rabbit. Rabbit can be eaten by a wolf. Wolf can be eaten by a tiger. Likewise, you can see different. And like many food chains can be found in the forest, and all these food chains are interlinked. If any one food chain gets disturbed, it may affect other food chains also, because every part of the forest is dependent on other parts of the forest. So if we remove any one component, all other components would be affected. So different food chains are present in the forests, and they are all interlinked and form a food web. So maintenance of every food chain in the stable condition is essential for the maintenance of other food chains also. So if any one food chain gets disturbed, other food chains also get automatically disturbed. Every part of the forest is dependent on other parts of the forest. So if we remove any one component of the forest, for example, you remove trees, all other components would be getting affected, right?